You will apply on Indeed. We've all been there. We've all been there. You will apply on Indeed. Indeed will now come and tell you, oh, we have received your application for this job that you have applied for. After all of that, they just don't get back to you. I'm so convinced that Indeed is not here to see us succeed. It just doesn't help. If you don't have a basic CV or if you don't have a common N9, just swipe up this video now. Why are you watching? Go and read your books. Why are you on this video then?
Stop big and try, oh why, they just tell lies, I can see it in their eye, in the south side, they can get sly rough, that's why I don't trust you.
So I worked at McDonald's for 11 months. I worked in M&S about 1 month. I worked at Tasty MK for 48 hours. I've also worked at the Open University. I also worked at this catering company. I worked at Nando's for exactly 1 month. And IKEA, I'm yet to start, but I plan on Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a hot minute, but I'm back. You already know the vibe. So basically guys, I posted a video on my TikTok account and it was about like all the different jobs I've had and like how many places I've worked and all of that.
Here are some of the jobs I've had this past year.
Off of that bitch, I'm a layup. I get the money, no layup. I move the pack through the mail. She gave me brain till I mail. No. Off of that bitch, I'm a layup.
And there people are messaging me, like commenting under the video, or how did you get these jobs, or like, oh, why am I struggling, things about Tesco's being a bit, or how do I get a job, all of this, like, and it just came to my consensus, why didn't I just film a video about how to get a job, seeing as I've got like, what, 6 jobs. So stay tuned guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, you already know the vibes. So if you don't have these 5 things before you start applying for a job, just don't consider it. Don't consider it. But if you don't have a CV, a headline, common sense, patience, and lastly, if you don't have devotion, swipe up this video now. This video is not for you. Get out of here, man.
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
So everyone should know, like, before you apply for a job, you need to have a CV. Like, bro, that is just the consensus, okay? Bro. So one of the TikTok questions that I was getting in the comments was like, oh, what was on my CV because I had no experience. That's a lie. So with my CV, I had already had work experience before I had even started applying for jobs, because in year 9, year 10, I did work experience with school, do you know what I mean? And that's when I worked in the Open University.
Niggas know. Like, I'm at work and I'm allowed to use my phone. That's how deep it is. I have nothing to do. Well, it's because, like, I actually start working after lunch. And my lunch break is at 12. So I get 1 hour. And I finish at 5. And on Fridays, I finish at 4:30. So it's calm, to be honest.
And I literally put that down on my CV. So when I applied for my first job, McDonald's.
You can do it too if you want. Most people just don't do stuff because they can't be asked.
Then they had saw that I had experience. For some people, because I know that generally their schools don't even do work experience, or they generally don't have work experience, it's actually not that bad to say that you do not have work experience. But in some cases, I'm not telling you to do it, but if you have to lie your way into it, do you know what I mean? Just make up a little thing that you can probably just say that even if you've helped out like the school or volunteering, I feel like you should have had some form of like experience or even volunteering that you can even put down on your CV and call that experience at the end of the day. So even if you volunteered somewhere or done something somewhere else, you can literally say, okay, I've worked here, I was even voluntary, and this is the experience that I have. Do you know what I mean? In opinion, I personally think that it's not a huge issue if you don't have experience on your CV, like, I mean, but in some form, you should be able to put down on your CV that you have experience. I feel like personally, if you don't have that, someone who does have experience, you're less likely to be chosen over the person who does have experience. Another thing that people were also asking me on my TikTok was like, what does my CV look like? And even in real life, because my friends know that like I'm a working babe, all of them have asked me like, what is on my CV like? And so on my CV, I'm just gonna post it on the screen right here for you guys to see. But you can basically see that it literally has my name. So like my name, and the bits that I blur out were like my government, so my emails, my contact number, everything. That's literally the bit that I blurred out. So you want that to be the top bit that like is bold, so that your employer can contact you. So underneath that, I put like my information and things about me that my employer may want to know. Do you know what I mean? So in this bit, guys, just waffled my life into it. Like literally, this is the bit, yeah, where you need to drag the employer in. This is the bit.
Oh my god, I'm such a good person and I'm so happy and I have great experience with customers and I'm always happy, I'm cheerful.
And you lie, you have to lie. There's no way in this world you can get a job without lying. Everybody has lied, okay? Because I'm not happy 24/7, but on my CV, I'm happy 24/7. On my CV, I'm amazing with customers. In real life, if a customer shouts at me, I'm shouting back at them. But you don't write that down on your CV, do you know what I mean? On the section where you just write about yourself, it shouldn't be too much. And if your CV doesn't even look enticing to read, employers aren't going to want to read it. Like, you want to break it up in easy sections so that they can read it, so it's understandable for them as well, do you know what I mean? So after I had done the little section about myself, that is literally where I had wrote about my skills and like the skills that I've gained over the couple of years and like just my independent skills. And I just put basic skills that employers would like problem solving or like communicational skills. Obviously, I didn't want to come and beat out my whole entire thing, do you know what I mean? After the skills, for us people who have experience, do you get? This is where I wrote all of my experience. This is what gets me most of the jobs because I've had experience in retail, fast food. I've had experience in experience. Just want to write all of these experiences that you've worked. Underneath all of these like experiences that you've had, you're going to want to say what you did and what you gained from these jobs. So literally after all of this, I just wrote my achievements of what I've achieved over the years. As you can see, I just put like an example of Duke of Edinburgh, do you know what I mean? Like that's just something I'm proud of, do you know what I mean? That I could just dash off. And then after I had done that, I just thought, come on, let me just add my interest and dash out my interest, which is that, as you guys know, graphic design and editing, that is part of my interest, you know what I mean? Just so that the employer can see that I have personality to myself, do you know what I mean? Another thing I would say that you need to know before applying for jobs is that Indeed is a scam. It is not here to help anybody. It is a scam. Out of my whole 1 year of working, yeah, and the 6 jobs that I've had, Indeed did not help me once. Stop wasting your time and go onto the company's website because Indeed is not here to help you. I'm so sorry. You will apply on Indeed. We've all been there. We've all been there. You will apply on Indeed. Indeed will now come and tell you, we have received your application for this job that you have applied for. And after all of that, they just don't get back to you. Like, they actually don't get back. Like, I'm so convinced that Indeed is not here to see us succeed. It just doesn't help. Like, I have never gotten a job for Indeed. I literally always go through the company website. Don't get it twisted. Indeed is there to help, do you know what I mean? So I go on Indeed and I say, for example, McDonald's is hiring. So I went onto the McDonald's website and I applied through there. Just believe that Indeed is not here to see us prosper, but it hasn't helped any of my friends, and I've never heard one person say that Indeed helped me get a job. I don't believe that these companies are receiving all of these tests I've been doing and my CV and the stupid questions of why do you want to work here for us? Why do I want to work? I want to work here because maybe because you're hiring, maybe because you need me. The thing I would say with the rejection is just because you got rejected once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times doesn't mean you should stop applying. You should always carry on applying because eventually they'll get fed up of you and they'll ask you to move on to the next stage, which is probably going to be the interview. There'll be times where you feel so discouraged that you'll even be pissed and you'll be like, nah, I don't want to work no more. Like I can't even get past this stage. They don't even get back to me. Like, it's so normal for when they don't get back to you. I'm so sorry. You're not the only one. They hardly get back to people. Do you know what I mean? And the amount of unfortunately's, you're going to want to give up. With the amount of times I see unfortunately, yeah, when you apply for jobs, you're going to feel like giving up. But don't. Just carry on applying for these jobs. Don't stop. Because once you stopped, there's no source of income, there's no money, there's no hot girl summer, there's no hot boy summer, there's no city life, there's nothing. You're just broke. You're just broke. Do you know what I mean? So always apply for these jobs and don't stop. Another question that I got through, how long is the wait time? How long did I wait for each of these jobs to reply? Personally, when it comes to the reply time, you just have to be persistent and it needs to be you calling them up. Do you know what I mean? Like with all of the jobs that I've had, I've constantly called them up. You need to be really persistent when you apply for jobs because at the end of the day, technically they need you, but you need them more because you need to get your bread, you need to get your coins, you need to be having your money, your moolah, do you know what I mean? And with doing that, then in the eyes of the employer, oh rah, this person is calling, they're really on it, like they really want a job, do you know what I mean? So that's what I feel like you need to do when you want a job and you're really desperate. I'm gonna talk a little bit about like Most of the questions that I literally got on TikTok was how. And I've literally explained how. People ask me how I got my job. I'm just gonna say, so in summary, I literally look at Indeed and see if they're hiring. Then I go onto the company website. I apply through the company website. If I haven't heard back within like, 2 days, around there, then I call them and I'm like, I'd just like to see how far my application's coming along. Can you please let me know as soon as possible? Very short and very snappy, you know what I mean? So once I have done all of this, once I've applied, and to the grace of God, these jobs have now gotten back to me and they have now said, congratulations, you have made it to our interview stage. Just remember, okay, these are my top tips when it comes to an interview. Remember to stay cool and calm. I promise you, it's never that deep. It's never that deep. You need to persuade them on why they need you as part of this. So you need to stay calm and you need to remember to smile. That's one tip. Smiling. Just always smile. Another thing when it comes to the interview stage, or even when you're applying, they tend to ask you, when are you available? You're available all the time. Just put down on your CV, you're available all the time. On the job application, you're available all the time. So when you get to the interview stage, that's when you can now simplify and say, oh, okay, I could only work weekends, or I could only work from Monday to Friday, and give them specific times, because they probably will ask, okay, so what time to what time? Like, where do you vary? Do you know what I mean? Another tip I would say with the interview is dress formally, but never too formal. All the interviews I've been to, I literally wore a black polo top and black jeans. Don't go and be wearing skinny jeans, and don't wear any clothes that are revealing. Don't always dress calm but suitable as well. Do you know what I mean? Dress as if you're ready to work as well. All black makes sense when you go to an interview. So just a black polo top and black jeans, you can never go wrong with that. Do you know what I mean? You always look formal and you always look presentable whenever you're wearing black, and the polo top and the black jeans, it's nothing, you can never go wrong there. Do you know what I mean? Separately, I'd also say your hygiene. You need to be smelling nice. You need to look appealing. Wow, this person looks nice, this person smells nice, you know what I mean? Cool. Like, you need to look nice to the employer as well, because the employer isn't gonna wanna come and employ somebody who's looking dirty, somebody who doesn't have good hygiene, do you know what I mean? You're always going to want to have a good hygiene, do you know what I mean? I would also say a tip for your interview stage would be show up on time. Whether it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, because if you're not showing up on time and you come 10 minutes late to your interview, in the eyes of the employer, you're gonna come 10 minutes late to work. So why would they want to employ you? You need to come and show up on time. Like, you literally need to be presentable during the interview stage. Because the interview stage, I promise you, I feel like once you bag the interview stage, you've got the job. In my own opinion, you've got the job. Once you bag the interview stage, you have basically got the job. If you'd like more tips and tricks on how I got my jobs and how I bagged each job, or like my story times on each jobs, because Lord knows working in McDonald's was not easy, yeah? I can come and give them to you guys. Guys, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you in my next video. Deuces.